Hello everyone! Blizzard has decided to step away from the plan of making Karabor and Bladespire our capital cities, and instead we're going to get a city on the outskirts of Ashran. I wasn't really planning on making a video about this, but a couple of you requested it, so I will. First, let's see what's going on. At BlizzCon they announced the following.
There's one more really important race in Frostfire, and that's Ogres. The Ogres have a fortress here called Bladespire. And you're actually going to help early on. One of your first things you're going to do is try to recapture that fortress so you can turn it into essentially your capital city for the expansion. This is where hopefully you'll bind and do everything from this space. Now, Shadowmoon is the home of Karabor. It's what you know in the future as Black Temple, but at this point, it's the holy temple of the Draenor. Problem is, it's under attack by the Iron Horde. One of your first things you're going to do when you get here is stop that attack. We have to save Karabor. Without Karabor, the Draenor really don't stand a chance. If you can do that, then you can turn that into your Alliance City, the same way we were talking about that with the Ogre capital in Frostfire. These will be your two kind of capitals that you'll bind from and play the expansion from.
Now a couple of tweets been sent out about the promises made at BlizzCon and Blizzard has broken their promise, and then the Blizzard representatives come back with like, BlizzCon isn't really a promise, and no, of course not. Anything they say at BlizzCon is not a real promise. It's what they're working on, it's what they're planning to do, it's what they're willing to show us, and I'm very happy that they're doing that. It's an open form of communication and you can see what's going on. Anything can be changed before release. I really hope everyone realizes this, but still. Announcing something gives certain expectations, it gets people excited, and changing things, well, people know about it, so they're going to give you some feedback about it. So the idea was to either attack or defend your own city and make it your capital base of operations. This got a lot of people, including myself, really excited because I just love that concept. I don't believe we've ever been able to do something like this. The capital was just usually given to us, and not to mention that Karabor has a whole bunch of lore behind it for the Draenor. Then came the tweet that said, nope, we're not going to go with that plan, we're going to place the capital cities on the outskirts of Ashran. Some people don't really care about this change, they don't really care about the capital, but a lot of people really don't like this change, and Blizzard put out an official post giving some more details as to why they made this choice. Let me read it out for you. Okay, there's a lot of misunderstanding and misinformation floating around, so let me try to clarify what I can. Warlords of Draenor's story is about the people of Azeroth, namely the Alliance and the Horde, venturing into an unknown world and building up a force strong enough to take out an enemy stronger than anything they've encountered before, on that enemy's own turf. While there are certainly some alliances to be made along the way, and those are definitely major parts of the story, the core theme is about you and your faction fighting for survival. So as development continued, we came to the realization that it just doesn't make sense for the Horde and Alliance to spend so much energy and resources building up a stronghold on Draenor, only to base their efforts out of someone else's city. We're not helping the Draenor or Frostwolves fight off the Iron Horde. They're helping us. The Alliance and Horde both have major bases of operations on Draenor. That should be where they're working from. From what I've seen so far, this is simply not true. That last line with we're not helping the Draenor and the Frostwolf, both the Alliance and the Horde, they help out either the Frostwolves or the Draenor with defending or taking their city. The whole storyline in Frostfire Ridge is about clearing the area and making it safe for the Frostwolves. Shadowmoon Valley is about Valen's vision and keeping Karabor safe for the Draenor. Perhaps later on in the story they will start to help us out and they will start to become a fighting force against the Iron Horde. That makes complete sense. But we were definitely helping them, at least in the starting area. That, along with the continued development of garrisons into the overall quest and story flow of the expansion, led us to the decision to develop the Horde and Alliance bases on Ashran into major faction hubs instead of Bladespire and Karabor. Promoting the World PvP area on Ashran is a nice perk, but it wasn't a factor in making that decision. That said, the Temple of Karabor and Bladespire Fortress are still there. We haven't removed them or anything like that. You won't be able to use your bank or check your auctions there, but they're still fully built home cities for the Karabor Draenor and Frostwolf Orcs respectively. You'll still be able to explore them in their full glory. So here it says that the cities are still there in their full glory and they're not removed, you can still explore them. And in this post, I don't see any technical issues given as a reason. If it's all still there, why not just place a couple of portals, a couple of NPCs within the city and give the people what they want? Promoting world PvP is described as a nice perk, but if there are no complications, that in my eyes makes it look like they're trying to push people into PvP again. Judging from the reactions of the Legendary Cloak questline, where people had to do 2 battlegrounds, that simply doesn't work. People who don't want the PvP they simply don't want to PvP. As to the Alliance and Horde staging areas in Ashtaran, allow me to lay out a few key facts to hopefully allay some concerns. Allay, I hope I said it right. They're located in Ashtaran as a geographical location on the map, but they're not part of the Ashtaran World PvP zone. They won't be subjected to the realm coalescing we're using to keep Ashtaran's PvP area populated, and they won't flag you for PvP on non-PvP realms. We've also made some major improvements to the way PvP flagging works on non-PvP realms that removes accidental flagging from missed-targeted abilities or ground effects. Unless you manually flag yourself by typing /PvP, you will simply not be able to attack enemy players or heal friendly players who have flagged themselves. They're populated with guards, and the only land-based entrance is directly through the Ashtaran World PvP zone, including a major fortress. It's certainly possible for someone from another faction to attack your hub, but it's not easier to do so than it is to attack the enemy's faction shrine in the Vale of Eternal Blossoms. There will be a fast travel options between the staging areas and your garrison. You can pop over there quickly, conduct your business, and leave again if you like. This isn't a question of whether or not Bladespire and Kadabor are cities. They are. It's just a question of whether the portals to Orgrimmar or Stormwind are there or somewhere else. You'll still be able to explore them, they'll still be fully populated, and they're still going to be every bit as beautiful as they would have been with a transmog NPC. We're looking forward to them ourselves. So, you're safe from PvP if you don't want it, and they might attack your faction hub, but apparently it's not that easy. And if you don't like the city, you can just pop on over to your garrison and relax there. Again, I wonder, if it's that simple, why not link that portal to Kadabor or Bladespire? If it's really... If you already know that you're going to push people away from Ashtaran and you're going to push them into your garrison, then you know that you're doing something wrong, right? You don't want people to pop over to Ashtaran, do their business and pop out again. You want them to be in a zone where they can be active and populated, or am I just being crazy here? So yeah, this is the change they're implementing, and a lot of people are not happy about it. For the first time in ages, the forums have come together in agreement and they're all screaming nope. We do not want this. We don't like this. We want those beautiful cities, and I personally agree with them. I personally think it just sucks, and I was looking really forward to chilling in Kadabor, hang out with the Draenor, and defend the city. I've seen the scenario that goes with it, and it's simply epic. I've seen the questline that goes with it for the Horde while they attack and capture their city, and it's simply epic. The city in Ashtaran might be amazing looking, I mean certain screenshots suggest otherwise, but it will never have the history of Kadabor, nor will it have such an epic introduction quest. It currently looks like the standard human buildings and the standard orc buildings that we've seen so many times before. We're on Draenor here, we're on an alien planet. Give us that architecture, man, it looks so beautiful. Why wouldn't you use it? On top of that, I think they just want people to get into that PvP area and they want to keep it active. That's what I'm getting from this information. And once again, that doesn't work. PvP doesn't mix with PvE. People who want to do PvP, they'll find that zone on their own. You know, forcing people to do something, it doesn't work. It could also be, someone suggested this on the forums, that they're being pushed for time and they need to get things done. But that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, since they're saying that the old capitals, I'm already calling them old capitals, they will still be there and they will still be beautiful. On a lore side note, with the whole Ashtaran thing, World PvP, Horde fighting Alliance, I wonder what's going to cause the Horde and Alliance to fight again. So far, we've been pretty much buddy-buddy with each other, and I wonder what's going to ignite that spark. Anyways, that's what's happening right now, and at least you're up to date, and I personally hope they'll reverse their decision. If you're going to let your voice be heard, and you're going to leave feedback about this, please keep it civilized. The people over at Blizzard, they're only doing their jobs, they're only informing us, and sending them rude messages or death threats, it does nothing. I'm being absolutely serious here. People have been sending death threats over something as silly as a video game, so please don't be that person. If you're going to send feedback, keep it constructed, keep it civilized, and that way they can do with it just so much more. Right, that's me done. I hope you're up to date now. I hope you know what's going on. Let me know in the comments down below. If you want to rage, do it in the comments and let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching, everyone, and until next time, guys, see ya!
Our bond is iron, our will unbreakable. Who will stand against us?